Camila Cabello. Oh my God. Hi.
Jojo.
Yes.
My gosh.
Yeah.
We have had a lot of times together, haven't we?
I don't know when the last time we chatted, but God, I just, yes, we have.
Did you? I definitely wasn't platinum blonde, but were you?
I was not, you're, okay.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's get into it.
The hair, it just looks phenomenal.
Are you looking in the mirror, my friend?
Thank you. Well, the shocking thing, I've gone blonde from time to time, but the shocking thing for me is I've cut my hair kind of short, which I used to at times, and you can, I'm sure
Are you a natural brunette or are you a natural?
I'm kind of a dirty blonde.
Oh.
Sort of like that.
Nasty blonde.
A little,
Yeah.
But my hair normally looks like Napoleon Dynamite.
Okay, yeah,
which
I know
is
exactly
not a good look for me.
Okay.
But that's the shocking thing for me is cutting it short.
Right. So you have had a little bit of like a pop star, like hair
I'm
reveal.
I'm a pop star.
You're a pop
Let me
star.
ask you, when you went, like, because my daughter Sophie,
Yes.
she had dark hair for a minute, and then she went like straight blonde.
Oh, wow.
And it burned.
Like bleached like this?
Like that, yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody reacts different. Did your hair, did it burn the bejesus out of your scalp, or was it like a no big deal
No,
thing?
actually, and that actually makes me feel some relief and some joy because it actually didn't burn my scalp. I mean, now I was actually just talking to my hairstylist and I was like, what are these little, crispy short pieces of hair that I see when I wake up in the morning? Is that like new hair growth? She was like, honey, that's breakage.
That's
I've
pain.
So I've had breakage, but I didn't have like a burning sensation in my scalp. But even if I did, it would be worth it because I just feel like life is too short to not
just do it. Just freaking do it.
I don't know, why not? But it is gonna, I do see pictures of myself when I was like 11, and I had just like thick, just like a lot of this beautiful, healthy, gorgeous black hair, and I'm like, wow, it's gonna take me a decade to get that back for sure. So, I'm glad you guys like it.
No kidding. Beauty is pain sometimes, as they say.
No.
All right. Did the blonde inspire the music,
No.
or did the music inspire the blonde, or maybe I'm overthinking the whole thing?
No. The music inspires everything. Definitely, I feel like in this kind of album process, I was walking in the studio in my usual kind of like sweats, I don't know. I was like dressed a different way. Like everything was different. And then I think the music evolved and my kind of character that I found through this songwriting evolved. And then suddenly I was like, how would, this character in this album dress and what would her hair be like?
So you kind of play the part when you're in the studio.
Yeah. No, I think the music evolved and then I was like, now how do I match what externally to what this music sounds like and what this character sounds like. So long story short, the music inspires the hair, the visuals, the makeup, the nails, like everything. The music kind of directs everything.
I can't wait to hear this album. It seems like you've got a lot to say. And I love this character because I feel like, this is not this interview is about you, but
No.
But
please,
I feel like
I hate talking about me.
You're fine.
Yeah.
I'm a nice guy. You know me I'm a sweet dude. I enjoy being nice.
You're a sweet dude. Me too. I enjoy
love
being
it.
nice. I'm a sweet girl too.
But we're both super driven behind the scenes, and there are things that I make myself crazy. I always think I'm behind. I always think there's more to do. I'm so driven, and sometimes I'm like, oh my God, this has to be perfect. You're probably similar in some ways. Well, you don't want people to see that side. You want people to see this fun side. But there is a drive to you, I'm guessing, that just fuels you. But sometimes it comes across as, oh my God, she's being mean or whatever, But you got to be on it to do it. Maybe I'm just rambling here. I don't know. Does that make sense, or am I just nutty? Am I just crazy?
No, totally. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think that's super interesting, and it's interesting how that plays out for you. I mean, I definitely feel like there's that to me for sure.
Right. Okay. This album. Okay. Let me just before you even get to the album, I love how you've kind of, teased the fans. Like you went into the Heat game, and you were wearing this "I Love It" custom jersey, and I think Jimmy Butler, right? He had one on too.
Yeah.
And do you just love like these little, clues you drop? And like I'm picturing you walking in going, oh man, I wonder if they pick up on this "I Love It," jersey,
I mean, I feel like my fans there's been different time periods of my life where I think my priorities have been different. Like sometimes it's like one album I feel it doesn't require this amount of, I don't know, like I maybe I'm finding more work-life balance or, because I've been in this industry for a long time.
Right.
You know this, like since
Yes.
I was like 15. So there's been times where I've had to step back a little bit more, where I've had to give more to my relationships or my mental health or whatever. So I feel like they've been kind of like, and the last time I released music was maybe a couple of years ago, or done stuff like this was maybe a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, something like that. So I feel like they've kind of been starved of like the fan experience.
Right.
So I just really wanted to come back with like, I felt like in this writing process, I was so spoiled with like amazing experiences for myself because I had so much fun, and I got to kind of like, be kind of in hermit studio mode with Pablo and Jasper and just kind of create. And so I think like once I was like, wow, I'm so proud of this. I made something that I really enjoyed and me and the guys really enjoyed. Now I'm like, now I really want them to have a great time. Now it's like, I don't know that. Now I want to be of service to the people that love my music and follow me, and, the people that have loved me and supported me for years, that are always just like patiently like waiting for me to drop music. Like I'm like, I want to make them happy. I want to add some joy and some excitement to their lives. Cause I've like been a fan and I know how much joy it added to my life and inspiration. So I think there's like so much beauty in like being a fan of artists. Like a lot of it honestly has made me who I am.
100%. I love when artists, like you walked in with a jersey, drop as many, your fans, they're going to pick, if you're going to drop a clue, got to make it difficult. I love.
Yeah, I mean Taylor is like the master of that,
yeah,
and that's
crazy
what
with
makes
that, right?
That's what makes being a fan of her so fun.
Like, what's the Easter egg here? And I'm sure I'm curious. The next, the next couple of clues you drop, like, do fans pick it? Like, are there some that are so hidden that they won't find?
And
I
some,
love all that
some
stuff.
is so funny because they're like, they think something is a clue that's not a clue, and you're like, poor babies. Like, this is not even this was just a tweet. Like, it's not.
So you've done
not that deep.
You've done those before where you're like, this is just I just wore this shirt for no reason.
Yeah,
and they're like,
exactly.
Is she wearing the black shoes with the so and so because of this? And oh my god! All right, the album. I know it's C, XOXO.
Well, I won't confirm or deny that.
Oh, that's just a rumor.
I don't know.
Oh god! Here we go with the clue. That's a clue. She's giving me that look.
You didn't hear it from me.
Okay. Well, the rumor is C, XOXO. What can you say about this upcoming album? Without revealing too much.
That's a big
obviously.
question.
It is a big question.
Well, I feel like this album.
God, now that's not the title now.
I'm not. I didn't say that.
Okay. What can you say?
I think.
You're good.
There we go.
Here we go.
Yes, there we go.
Were there certain specific topics you wanted to discuss?
I talked a lot with like my therapist about the open-ended questions, like the kind of like, that quote that's like "Live Your Questions" by Rainer Maria Rilke.
Oh, whoa. I haven't heard that. No, Live Your Questions.
So there's this book by this guy, Rainer Maria Rilke. It's called Letters to a Young Poet. And this poet is like, gosh, what do I do? Like, he's in his early 20s. And he's like, a lot of the times in your 20s, you want to find the answer. You want to be like, who is the person for me? What is my career path? What is my next step? What is the right thing for me to do? Is this the wrong choice or the right choice? And he's like, don't wait until you have the answer to move forward. Live your questions. And
that is so intense.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. And so I feel like that was a big theme in my album. I think a lot of my songwriting before was very like, bam, bam. It's like, we broke up, but life goes on and I'm happy. But this album is more the perspective of like, we broke up and I miss him, but I know I shouldn't. And this is a zoom in moment of when we're hooking up and I feel bad about it. Does that make sense? It's like a way more kind of zoomed in lens as opposed to like a definite.
Not the broad strokes. These are specific.
Not the broad strokes. Exactly. It's more kind of like the complex zooming in, like indefinite, like no resolution. So I think that's something that I really wanted to do.
After you recorded it, by the way, is the album pretty much done, or is it?
Oh, it's done, honey.
Oh.
It has been sent in.
Oh, goodness
And
gracious.
by the way, when it was, I was like, I feel like my body can relax now because it's been such a.
That might have just answered my question. Was it therapeutic?
Oh my God, so much. I mean, I feel like writing to me it's my favorite thing in the world. Like and that was something that was really important to me for this album is like, it's different writing with collaborators is so much fun, but it just hits different. Like I kind of went back to like my memories of being like 16, 17 and waking up and going to a hotel room and like writing lyrics and writing a song by myself. Like that was very much the vibe for this album. I'd like wake up every day. I would like listen to references. I would like write a bunch of lyrics down and then I would go in the studio and it all kind of like, it felt very sink or swim. Like this is me.
Yeah.
It's so therapeutic to make things. Like I feel like that when I make a song that feels like it's a representation of me and my innermost thoughts and a combination of words that I find to be like totally expressive of me. Or even, I don't know if you feel like this when you like, I don't know, even like make a dish or make something. Like you feel like it's like you putting your stamp on something. It's like such a satisfying feeling.
Very.
I feel like that the most when I'm writing. That's why it's like, it's my favorite part of like this whole job. Like I feel like I'm almost in a different mode when I'm in promo mode. It feels more kind of like I said, like in service to fans and making it an amazing experience for them. And it feels fun. But the writing part for me feels like that. It feels just like, and boop, like this is me.
Okay. Somebody else told me something similar.
Who told you that?
Ed Sheeran said.
Yeah.
I said, what's your favorite? The question was, what's your favorite thing about what you do? And the normal answer is being on stage because the rush of the crowd is special. You can't recreate that.
It's different, though.
But he said when he finishes a song, it's the thought of what could this become? And that thought of what is this thing going to become is kind of his rush. It's not the same answer what you said, but there's something.
For me, it's different. For me, it's more like, I don't know, like.
You finished it.
For me, yeah, it's that. It's like, I just had this experience with somebody, this event, and I just literally, this did not exist in the world. And I just literally created a tactical thing that represents this. Like it's pretty crazy. Like it didn't exist.
It was in your soul, and now people can kind of
hold it. And
now it exists,
and it didn't exist. Like that to me is like so crazy.
What a feeling, man.
Yeah.
Safe to say, based on all you said, this is not, you're not just releasing new music here, which obviously that's part of it. This is a new, and this is the biggest understatement. This is a new chapter.
Yeah, it is.
Underline exclamation point. New chapter. This is, wow. Yeah. I'm excited for you.
And maybe like a little, I don't know, a little wink to what you said. It feels very much like, because you said underline exclamation point, it feels like signed by me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. I love how you're putting this. I cannot wait to hear this album.
I think that you really, really like it. I love it is like its own thing. Like there's no other song that sounds like that. Then there's other songs that are like totally different.
Give me the backstory real quick, since that's the lead track. What's the backstory on I Love It?
So I Love It. It was a happy accident. We were in Miami and we were actually listening to Playboi Carti because I was like really kind of obsessed with like synths and like synth textures.
Right.
And I always have been, but I feel like for this album, I was like, I feel like we were all kind of like figuring out what kind of like the sonic like palette of world of this album was. And we were listening to Playboi Carti and yeah, I think we were playing a song of his and that's kind of how, and Jasper started playing some chords and I was in the booth and I started singing Supersonic in your orbit. Maybe not. I actually do think the first words were supersonic. And then I think the rest was just gibberish, but that melody. I said something with the tune. I said, I love it with the auto tune on. I was like, I love it. And the guys were like, wait, keep doing that. Like, keep doing that. I was like, I love it. I love it. I love it. Or whatever. And they were like, wait, like try it again or whatever. So it was like a happy accident that I kind of said, I love it. And the tune did a thing. And so then, yeah. And then Pablo had put the Gucci Man sample on it. And we were like, oh my God, this is so crazy. And it just felt like really like creative freedom. Like it felt so like not overthought. And I was listening to a lot of like kind of early 2000s hip hop where I was like, wow, repetition is like just as powerful
right
as having a bunch of words in your song. Like to me, that's like just as, I don't know, it's like a different paintbrush, you know? Yeah. And then we were like, obviously like Playboi Carti would be amazing on the song. So I DM'd him and then he came to the studio when he was in Miami. I played him the song. He went crazy for it. And we actually wanted him to do something on the second verse of the song originally. And he did it. He actually did it on the most unexpected part, which was like at the end on the beat switch, because originally that was just going to be instrumental, but he wanted to do it on that part, which is such a Carti thing to do, is like do like the most unexpected thing.
Right.
Like not the kind of like the thing that you were thinking he was going to do.
Here's the box you have him in. He's like, no, let me step over here.
Yeah, you're like, here, do something right here. He's like, actually, that's not even what I was remotely thinking I was going to do. And you're like, takes you a second. And then you're like, oh, okay. And then, yeah. And so then, and so that's how that song came together. And I feel like it felt like the perfect kind of way to kick the door down on this new chapter because it kind of represents this creative freedom, like, and it's something that you like wouldn't expect, I feel like, to hear from me, because I've never done a song like this before, which to me is the exciting part about music. I don't want to hear something that sounds like I would have put out. Like that's just like not fun.
Right.
And that's definitely the energy of this album, is like curiosity and exploration and being bold and taking risks.
How exciting. Gotta love all. Had you met Playboi Carti before? That was like DM'd him random, and all of a sudden there you guys are.
I DM'd him, and honestly, even if we wouldn't have done the song together, I would have wanted to be his friend, just because I'm such a fan of his as an artist. So even if we wouldn't have done the song together, I would have wanted to just hang out and connect. But he ended up loving the song. So I was like, okay, this is amazing. It's amazing when like I feel like a collaboration happens not in a transactional way, and it comes from genuine, like a connection. Like he was in the studio, we were like, he taught me how to like get sturdy, which is like a Atlanta like dance move. Like we were like getting sturdy, like to I love it. Like it was so cool.
Hey, the video looked like a pretty fun video to shoot. I need to know a couple of random things.
It was an anxiety-inducing video.
Really?
To shoot. Yeah, because I was like being chased by like insane dogs, and I was like,
but you weren't really being chased though, right?
No,
like,
I was really being chased.
What? I thought they'd like edit those separately.
I was really being chased, and at some points they were getting really close, and the dogs were like fighting each other because they were aggressive, and I was scared.
I thought that was all edit tricks.
No.
Okay, what about the tree? Did you really climb the tree? Or
yes.
How high up in the tree did you go?
30 feet.
Shut that, dude! I thought that was cut.
My mom, when I got down from the tree, was crying because she was so scared that something was going to happen to me. I mean, I did have a what's it called?
Like a harness of
I
sorts?
did have a harness, but you could still like get pretty badly injured if you fall. So anyway, I came out with more than just a video. I came out with my life.
Wow. And I saw you shot it inside looked like a 7-Eleven, or a convenience store of sorts. I saw you sitting on the counter eating like an ice cream.
Which was actually because, a la Carti style, his plane, he actually got to the video after the whole video was wrapped and everybody left. And we were like, well, we got to make this work somehow because he's here and he's pulling up in an hour.
You just jump into a store and do that?
We literally, I think we paid the guy who owned the gas station. We were like, please keep this, locked for us. And we were like, well, I guess we'll just do this on our own with a camera and just edit it into the video after. And then the crew, it was kind of like this heroic movie moment where the crew saw that my team was staying. Like my inner team were like, we're going to get this done. And the crew was like, you know what? And we had run out of budget. Like there was no more money.
Is fascinating. So that wasn't even in the plan. It was not written, nothing.
There was no more money. So everybody was leaving and they were like, you know what? We're going to stay and we're going to do it. So the DP stayed and we just last minute got the shots of Carti. We did 3 runs and then he left.
And I see you sitting eating the ice cream, which is what, I don't know why that stuck in my head. I picture you just in this random little store, just grabbing up, opening up one of the freezers and just starting eating ice cream.
I literally was like, what should we do? What should we do? Okay, we can lean against this thing. Okay, what's really I don't know, what's
I love this.
Sick ice cream. I was like, should I do a drumstick? No, that's not hot. And I got that one and then, yeah. So it was not planned at all. It was crazy. It was so funny because actually there's this picture where, Carti has a rider. Right. And we popped open a trunk on one of the cars and my assistant got chips and tequila and just had it open and with some cups for him, as his rider.
That's hilarious. Yeah. Oh my God.
We really hustled for that one. It was a team hustle effort for sure.
I had no idea. This interview is taking a turn that I didn't think it would take. That story why does this, it wasn't a 7-Eleven, whatever, that store, that whole thing, I just find it fascinating. All right, maybe too early to talk about this. Are we thinking tour-ish down the road, or is that I
definitely want to tour this album for sure. And I really was like I said, it was I feel like I've been in this industry for so long that it was just not sustainable for me to be like album tour, album tour, album tour. Like I think I would have literally gone crazy.
Right.
I feel like
Touring's tough, right?
It's tough, and I feel like I needed time to just like, I don't know, like be in Miami and like freaking like live a normal life and like go to like my gym where there are like other people and like, do you know what I mean?
Have a life. Yeah, like
have a normal life. But now I'm like, yeah, fuck that normal life. I'm ready to tour this album.
This is a question just for me. When the tour, you know this about me. We haven't talked about this in a while. I love the paranormal. Ghost, haunted houses.
Really?
I have a podcast. Yeah.
Did I know that? Was I supposed to know
Maybe you
this
didn't. I don't know. Okay. I have a podcast called Paranormalish. I mean, I talk to people year round who had paranormal encounters.
Jojo, I love this about you. This is so cool.
Okay. It's a real thing. When you do this tour, I would love to chat with, behind the scenes, none of this on air. I would love to chat with your team and find the hotels you're going to stay in, all the beautiful hotels. I want to find, because one of them, I guarantee you, will have a haunted story to it.
Well, can I tell you something, though?
Yes. You've had an encounter.
No. Well, wait. Actually, no. That was a UFO. That was a UFO encounter. I was like, what was
that
too,
though? Oh, my God.
I kind of am scared with paranormal stuff because I feel like if I film them or if I like, I'm like trying to hang out with them, like they think I'm like not taking them seriously. That's like my thing. But you've never been haunted back. Like that's my thing. I'm like, I just don't want them to think like I'm like I respect you, and I really don't. I don't want issues.
There's certain things that I fear. Yeah.
I get scared. Like I don't want to be I don't want to be possessed. I don't want my house to be haunted. So I get scared to even. I remember like Bloody Mary was a thing when I was a kid, and I was like, this is stupid. I don't believe in it, but I'm not gonna find out.
Hell no, dude. Some of that stuff.
I never did the Bloody Mary thing. Did you?
No.
I won't even do it now. Swear to God, I won't go and do it now.
You ever done the Ouija board thing?
No. Have you?
I have done that.
See, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't want you guys to think. But I respect you.
I keep a Bible with me. True.
Right.
At all times when I'm doing these things because it's just, maybe it just makes me feel safe.
No, of course. Protection.
But, there's a video of me going through this haunted museum in Vegas, Bible with me. It's because it's terrifying. This stuff is, but I still find it fascinating. I
get that. I get that.
Well,
I'm like scared to even find it fascinating. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Well, if you stay in a hotel that's haunted,
okay.
Let me know what you see or feel.
Okay,
there we go.
I will.
Final question, Camila Cabello. Message to your fans, the day one fans, the new fans coming along. What do you want to say to this group of people that just love you?
I just want to say, oh my gosh, this is just, I find questions like these so hard because it feels so, just like so hard to put in words. But I just want to say, I think about you guys literally every day. And I like your joy and your passion, just like it really lights me up. And it's such a huge motivator for me. For me, it's like really not about like, like world takeover. It really isn't. It's about how to like make my fans have the best time and be happy. And like the connection and community that I have with my fans is outside of, making the music and like the artistry. That's like the best part for me. So yeah, it's real. It's real love.
When you think of your fans, do you ever think of like super young Camila being a fan of somebody else? And how do you super serve that young you? I think of, there's some real faces that I think of. Like I think of like real fans, like people that I know. Gotcha, yeah, people that I've met that I'm like, those are real ones that have just like, I don't know, been there for me, like have loyalty, like my friends have loyalty for me, And then I also think of like young me and how, and even not even young me, like the people that I'm a fan of now that I'm like, I like just love this person and they inspire me and they just like make me like love life. I feel that way about like, I don't know. I'm thinking about like Lana. She's awesome.
Like I feel that way about her. Like I'm like, I want to go, see her. My friends and I are like planning a trip to go see her perform at Coachella because it brings us joy. Like her music brings us joy and her visuals bring us joy. And I'm like, I'm a fan of her. So I'm like still a fan. It's not even like a young thing, but like,
She's another girl like you doing her own thing outside of the box, so to speak.
And that's like, I feel like without people like her, like Lana, it's like, I don't know if I would have the confidence or even the reference to do this album. Like, it's like, because of the people that have already done it, you know what your North Star is or what you want to do.
Right.
You know, so yeah.
So good to see you.
So good to see you.
Really appreciate it. I know you're busy. This new album's going to be so awesome.
You're such a joy to talk to.
Thank you.
I love you.
Very kind.
Thank
love
you.
you back. At the end of every interview, Camila Cabello fist bump to make it official. Give me a little bye-ya.
Bye-ya.